Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Jakara. And today I'm going to be sharing my favorites for 2023.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly, look in my eyes.
Okay, today is Christmas, so I just want to wish Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate. I kind of dressed in the theme of Christmas, but I don't personally celebrate it, but I get festive sometimes. I just want to participate in the festivities. But anyway, let's get down to my favorites for 2023. Now, I have broken these up into categories, and I've picked, let's see, 5 categories that I'm going to talk about. And the first category is, and most of them are related to this channel and the things that I do here. So the first category is clothing purchases. Now, I didn't make a whole lot of clothing purchases this year, and that was purposeful, and that's going to continue into 2024. But one of my favorite, and I'm going to count them down. I only have 2 actually on this list, and one of my favorites is this velvet blazer, this pink velvet blazer that I bought from J. Crew. I have just recently bought it. I bought it for my birthday, and I wore it for my birthday dinner, and I love it. I just love it. It's so nice and soft, and I love the vibrant color. I love that it's, got pockets that work. And the lining of it is really nice. The pocket, the inside pocket is nice. It's just a really well-made blazer, and I got it on sale, so that made it even better. And I love quality clothing, and this one definitely is quality. That's probably why I shop at J. Crew a lot, because I find a lot of good quality pieces there. And I have a feeling that this blazer will be in my wardrobe for a very long time. Now, the second item I have on the list, like I said, I only had 2 items, is my kimonos or my robes that I bought from Amazon. And they were so, relatively inexpensive. I wear them all the time in the house, and I just think they're pretty well made as well for the price that I paid. I think they were like 39 or 35 or something like that dollars. And like I said, I wear them all the time. They're nice, and they're satin, and the prints on them are really vibrant and beautiful. I'll pop up some pictures here of what they look like. And I just, I'm so glad I spent the money, because I had bought satin robes from another company a couple years back, and I love those too, but they were pretty expensive compared to the ones I bought in Amazon, and the ones on Amazon were just as nice, even better. So I am so happy that I made those purchases this year. Now, the second category is also related to this channel. It is my DIY projects. Now, I do a lot of DIY projects here. I love working with my hands. I love creating things. In fact, I started a whole art channel because I love creating art. But there were 3 highlights of my DIY projects this year, and I'm still in the process of doing the DIY for my utility room / laundry room, and that video will be out next Sunday. But the number one, let's start at the bottom. Number 3, the number 3 art DIY project that I had this year, and I have a video on it here on the channel, so check that out if you haven't seen it. And that is when I created my junk room into an art room, art / gym room. It had been my junk room before, and then I turned it into a gym, and then I wasn't using the gym as much, so I was like, do I really need all this gym equipment? So I got rid of some of the gym equipment, kept some, and turned the other half of the room into my art studio. And I spent a lot of time in there painting and drawing and creating, and I just love it. And it was a gift to myself because I knew that this would be the year that I would start my art career. And I just wanted to give myself a space that was enjoyable, full of light, and yeah, where I could just do my thing. The second, number two on the list, I should say, is my foyer in my French apartment obviously in France. I worked really hard on that. It took several days. I had a few challenges with it, and I love the outcome of it. I cannot wait to go back to my apartment in France and be welcomed by that foyer. And yeah, I think it turned out way better than I expected. And so I'm excited about going back to it and completing that project. It actually, for me, was one of the things that made my French apartment an actual home to me. And so that's why it's number two on the list. Now, number one DIY project I've done this year, and like I said, I've done a lot of them, is my bedroom in France. I was sleeping on the pull-out sofa bed that I had bought from IKEA in the living room part of my French apartment, and it was really wearing on my back. I think I'm gonna have to add some padding or something to that, but it was really getting me kind of down. I was waking up with back pain and things like that, so I was like, I have got to get this bedroom together. I painted it my favorite color, pink. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards here too. And I just turned it into this beautiful pink and green bedroom. I've always wanted a pink and green bedroom. So I created it there in France, and then I bought this beautiful French, it's like an iron bed. It's beautiful, and the armoire and all the other furniture in the room were just perfect for the room, and I just love it so much. Again, I cannot wait to go and spend time in that room, and I will be going soon. So I think that was my number one DIY or makeover project of the year. All right, so the third pillar of this channel are my travels, right? So I get a lot of inspiration from traveling. I try to travel as much as I possibly can. I love experiencing new cultures and meeting new people in other countries. And so I did a little bit of traveling this year. I'm so excited. I was able to go to France 3 times. Count them 3. And I was able to go to Portugal and the Netherlands. So in order of, ranking order, the number 3 slot goes to the Netherlands. It was very interesting. The people were really nice. The architecture, everything is so beautiful there. I got to spend time on the water and the canals and everything. And that was like a dream come true because I always wanted to go there in Amsterdam. And so Amsterdam is number 3 on my list. Number 2 is Portugal, because I got a chance to go with my daughter. It's her favorite place. We went to Porto and we went to Lisbon, and I didn't, I had never really spent a lot of time in Portugal. I had been there like briefly, like a few years back, but she was able to show me all the beautiful things about those particular areas of Portugal, and I would definitely like to go back and visit again. So Portugal's number 2. And obviously, France is number one. France will always be number one to me, as far as a place to travel to. Obviously, I have a home there, so I'm going to be traveling there, as much as possible. And I'm learning French, and I just love everything about, the French culture, and it just sits right with me and my personality. And I was able to make some really good new friends there, and people who were really looking out for me. And the community that I'm in there is so giving and loving, and just so friendly. I never feel like I am such a foreigner, right? Like, they don't make me feel like I'm not welcome. And even a lot of the expats, when they come there and they live there, they've befriended me and show me around, show me places. And I just, one of the expats, actually 2 to 3 of them helped me get my water turned on there. It was like, they have just been like my angels, and I will always cherish that, the friendships that I've made there. And like I said, it's my home away from home. It's my happy place, my physical happy place. And so if you haven't had a chance to go visit southern France, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. I think you will find a great some contrast, obviously, from Paris and northern France, but it's definitely worth visiting there. Okay, so the fourth category on my list this year, the fourth category that I'm ranking things, is experiences. Because for me, life is about experiences and relationships, and relationship with yourself and others. And so if I'm going purely by experiences this year, my number, I picked 4, you guys. I cheated because I only had 2 clothing, so I picked 4 experiences. I would say number 4 is my gardening and harvesting from my garden. Every year that I garden, I just feel so fulfilled and connected to the earth, and I just get such a rush and so proud of being able to grow my own food. And I had grown eggplant for the first time this year, and that was pretty successful. I had grown mustard greens for the first time, and that was successful. There were some things that weren't successful, and that's okay too. It's all part of learning about gardening and learning about life. Some things will be successful and some things won't, but I was able to really enjoy literally the fruits of my labor. And then also I had grown flowers, and I had some new dahlias grow this year, and some hyacinths and daffodils. And what else did I grow? I had some lavender and some hydrangeas, and I just enjoyed all of it and tending to it. It's really a joy. If you haven't gardened before, if you haven't tried it, I say give it a try. You'll be surprised how rewarding it is. Now, number 3 on my list of experiences this year is, it was a tie. Like, I couldn't decide. I think it's the Renaissance, okay? I'm just gonna put that. I love that album. I was one of those people who would just drink everything there is about the Renaissance. I'm all about it. I went to the concert a few times. I went to the movie a couple times. I might go again before it's all said and done. It's just something about that whole experience that just was so elevating. I have a whole video about it on here where I went to St. Louis. That was my 3rd time going to see it. But it just spoke to my soul. And I'm a dancer, so I love dance music, so house music and any kind of like dance type music, I'm there. And it just, I can't even put into words how it has kind of healed me in a lot of ways. And yeah, I'm so grateful to Beyonce for that album. I mean, I love her other albums too, but this one just really it just really spoke to my soul. And I'm so glad that I experienced it in person, the concert in person, and then also through the movie or the film. It also made me appreciate how hard she works in, for her dreams and her art. And that inspires me to do that for myself. So number 2 on the list is, oh, this one was hard too. I couldn't decide. So I think number 2 on the list is closing on my property in France. Like actually getting the keys and walking in that door knowing that that property is mine and I could just fix it up and make it beautiful, and that I have a place to lay my head when I visit France. And that, first of all, like just the process of getting there, saving the money, working hard to get the money to complete the sale of the property and buy it and complete and buy it. That was something I was like, it makes me want to tear up now, because it was a dream. It's been a dream I want to say my whole life, but most of my life, as an adult, I've wanted to, live in France. And it just seems like a dream that came true. I was totally delusional about it. I just kind of was like, I don't know, I'm gonna try. It may not work, but it may work, and it did work. So I'm just like, sometimes you just have to be delusional and just go for the thing that you want, and it will work out. Sometimes it doesn't, but if you never try, you'll never know. And I found out that, this dream was for me. I mean, I don't think God gives you a dream that, isn't possible for you if you really truly want it in your heart, and not something that you feel like you need to want. But yeah, it was the highlight of my year. The highlight of my year. I just kept pinching myself. I still pinch myself. Like, I can't believe I have a home in France. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I'll get off that subject. Number one is painting my art and starting my art career. That was a true gift to myself. As I said before, it was me stepping out on faith. I'm going to be leaving my medicine career behind. Again, that delusional self of mine. I can't help it, you guys. When something is calling me, I have to go for it. And I have to give it 120, 200% of my attention. And this has been calling me for so long, and I've been ignoring it, and I could no longer ignore it. So every time I paint, every time I create art in my studio, I am on cloud 9. I'm like on cloud 9. I'm so happy. I'm so joyous. It just, even if the art is crappy, I don't care, because I'm doing the thing that feeds me and feeds my soul and elevates me. And I want to be doing that for the rest of my life. Okay. So the last category is lessons I've learned in 2023. The number 3 slot is kind of like what I just mentioned, and that is that I grow most when I stand in my own power and I'm delusional. I have learned that people told me I was delusional to want to be a doctor, and to go back to school at the age of 34, after having a career and everything, and a child, and you're crazy. Why do you want to do that? Like, and I was just like, it was calling me. I had to do it. And that's kind of how my delusions work. Like something in my heart, in my mind, and my soul is calling me to do it. And I don't know how it's going to happen. I really don't. I literally have no clue. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do other than to put one step in front of the other, move, do something in that direction, and eventually it comes to pass. So, yeah, I've learned also that, once I make that decision, I stand in my power because I know I have a lot of power. I know I have a lot of inner power. And once I say, that is it, that is the thing, I'm doing it. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I know the universe has my back. I know that I have a great angel team and all of that are, my ancestors, everybody's rooting for me. And so I just move out on faith, and I move out with that delusion that I'm doing that thing. I am doing it, and it has never let me down. Never, ever. So yeah, be delusional. Be delusional and stand in your own power. Okay, number 2 lesson that I've learned this year is that setting boundaries is an act of self-care. This one was hard, y'all. This one was hard to learn because I am a very, chronic people pleaser. I want to make people happy around me. I think that comes from a lot of childhood trauma and just always wanting people to be happy because it wasn't happy around me, and I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to make anybody angry, so I was always trying to please other people, and even if it was at my own detriment, even if it made me miserable, I would just suck it up and give that person what they wanted, despite my own misery or sacrificing something of my own, and it's, I'm not saying it's not good to, be amiable and convivial, or, work with other people and, co-create with other people and do something that would be harmonious with other people. I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm saying that when you do that and it is at your own detriment, then you gotta learn how to set boundaries. You have to let go of pleasing other people, and that comes in also with my desire to leave medicine. I was trying to please family members and please, outside people, or even just please my own ego by, all the things that are attached, my identity that was attached to that. So I learned that, I gotta set boundaries. No, enough is enough. Even going down to the part where if I'm asked to work extra days, I would usually say, yeah, sure, because I felt bad. They were strapped for somebody to work, and I would be so exhausted, but then I would say yes, and then I make myself more exhausted. So now I know how to say no. It's very hard. It's so hard for me to say no to people. But I have to remember that I have to take care of myself, and I can't say yes at my own detriment. And lastly, the last lesson that I learned, or the number 1 lesson that I learned in 2023, is that I don't have to ask permission to live a life that I love. I don't have to ask permission from anyone. I can just decide, and I can just do it, and I can let go of the things that no longer serve me. I can let go of the thoughts and the limiting beliefs that don't serve me. I can let go of the people that no longer provide positive influence in my life. I can just say no. I can just give myself permission to do the things that I love Oh, you love art? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. You don't have to wait around for someone to give you permission to do the things that you love and live the life that you want to live. You just have to step out on faith. Like I said, be kind of delusional and do it. Just do it. And they always say, ask for permission later. I don't have to ask anybody. I already have the right to do what I want to do. And that was a huge lesson for me. I was always waiting around for somebody to say, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead and do the things you really want to do. You don't have to please anybody else. You don't have to do that. And now I know I don't have to wait around. Anyway, you guys, that is it. Those are my favorites for 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps with the channel and the algorithm. And if you like videos like this, if you like fashion and DIYs and travel videos, then please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here as one of our community members, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload my next video. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Merry Christmas to those people who are celebrating. Happy holidays to everyone. And I hope you have a prosperous, peaceful, and wonderful new year. Until I see you next time, take care.